And just when you thought there could not be even more fantasy news, boy oh boy, there's more. That's what I'm getting at. There's more. There's even more fantasy news coming down the pipe. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. So Star Wars has been having a bit of trouble recently. Their last 2 to 3 movies have either gone from it's good to what did you do in terms of audience reaction. The most positively reviewed being The Force Awakens and the worst being The Last Jedi, and Solo kind of falling in the middle there. I forgot Rogue One. Rogue One also kind of falls in the middle. I personally, even though this is the news and I probably shouldn't give my opinion because this is totally legitimate news and not some guy just talking about things he likes, I would rank them Force Awakens, Solo, Rogue One, Last Jedi. I thought Force Awakens was good, and Rogue One was and Solo was alright. But this mixed reaction, especially to the financial box office failure of Solo, has resulted in Lucasfilms or Disney or whoever makes this decision officially canceling the upcoming Boba Fett movie. It's dead and gone. And my personal opinion, even though I shouldn't give opinions, I don't know, maybe I should, whatever. We're still figuring it out, everybody, is that's a good thing. No one really asked for a Boba Fett movie. He's a character who, the less you know about him, the more intimidating he is. Already seeing the little kid version of Boba Fett did the character no favors in my mind. There is still the upcoming show, The Mandalorian, which will follow a similar character due to also being a Mandalorian, and that will be neat. I'm still looking forward to that. I'm curious to see what Star Wars can do with a live-action TV show, though in general, their new upcoming releases are in rocky water. This new little kid show, Star Wars show, got panned by middle-aged men who are mad Star Wars is making things for kids. Okay, I personally just don't feel anything towards it. I feel nothing. It just exists, and I'm okay with that. And Rebels has never quite reached the success and critical acclaim that Clone Wars did. I did like Clone Wars when it came out. It was neat, but honestly, I think the best cartoon thing that's ever happened for Star Wars was still when the artist from Samurai Jack came in and made a beautiful, what was also called Clone Wars, Samurai Jack style adaptation. That was pretty cool. But I don't think Star Wars has really knocked it out of the park since Force Awakens, and they've been stumbling. Fortunately, though, they have the most valuable IP in terms of movie entertainment, in my opinion, and it can certainly take a few blows and still stand on its feet. Star Wars is kind of an unstoppable juggernaut. And something a lot of people don't take into account, yes, Solo probably failed at the box office, but if you bring on top of that merchandise, I bet it wasn't as bad as a lot of people think. Next news. In my Discord server, in the fantasy news section, someone posted a screen cap from a Jim Butcher post, alleged Jim Butcher post. I could not find this aside from the photo that was posted in my Discord server for him on his birthday saying, hey, screw it, it's my birthday, a TV show is happening. And from the many news articles that have come out saying, yes, there is a new Dresden Files TV show in the works, I'm inclined to believe it, despite earlier reporting that he was denying it. So I don't know what's going on with Jim Butcher, saying yes, saying no, maybe so, but I think it's good to say from here on out, Dresden Files is coming to the small screen once again. The last adaptation left fans seriously wanting. It got reviews ranging from bad to do you like my rating scale? But this actually gives me quite a bit of hope for the future, with the last adaptation happening so recently and Jim Butcher probably taking a more prominent role due to his series being a lot more popular now. I have faith that he'll have control and make what he really wants to see, which will probably be better than that thing I watched the pilot of and I don't want to watch anymore. I'm sorry. I know I should be experienced in all fantasy things for you guys, but I'm not going to watch bad things or read bad things. I'm not going to do it. But if you are a Dresden Files fan like myself, be excited because we are going to see a live action, supposedly live action, that's actually I'm not sure of. It could be animated, though I highly doubt it. Harry Dresden, open up those case files and start exploring them on your Netflix or your whatever's you used to watch it. And for my Wheel of Time fans that follow the channel, we have some news for us. Brandon Sanderson will be releasing some deleted scenes from A Memory of Light in his new short story collection, I believe that's what it is, called Unfettered 3. This will be released in 2019. The actual post from Brandon Sanderson said, I've long been fond of this sequence, and it was quite difficult to cut from the book. In the anthology itself, I'll explain why we eventually decided the sequence needed to go. I do have to warn you, unlike River of Souls, which we considered canon to the events in the Wheel of Time, this, as of yet, untitled sequence is not canon. You'll want to read it in the same way you'd watch an unfinished alternate film scene that ended up not being used. Still, I think it's exciting and an interesting chunk of writing. It's quite big, as long as a novella, and it addresses one of the big unanswered questions we left hanging at the end of the Wheel of Time, so I think you're in for a treat. I, for one, am very excited. If you did not know, there have been unreleased scenes from Wheel of Time that have come out since A Memory of Light. And if you want to, they're free online, I think, or in another short story collection. Find it however you're going to. I probably can't convince you to do it one way or the other. We're all set in our legal or illegal ways. But this new scene is going to answer apparently some big question. I can't really give my guess on what that big question is without spoiling a massive swath of the Wheel of Time to everyone here who's either not finished or not read it, so I'm not going to do that. But you better bet your butt it's going to be in one of my WoT Talks, and then here's a plug for WoT Talk. If you have not already checked it out, please do. It's where we just talk about Wheel of Time nerdy things. New episode up yesterday. And the final thing we will cover today is what is going on with the DC Extended Universe, because it is confusing, it seems like they might be falling apart at the seams, and we're getting mixed reports all over the place. From what I can tell, Henry Cavill might want to leave as Superman, but it has not yet officially happened. Ben Affleck, it's been rumored he wants out as Batman since Batman vs. Superman, so if we see him depart, no one will be surprised. But as of now, as we are talking about it, there is no official Henry Cavill and Batman leaving. Gal Gadot still seems very happy to play Wonder Woman, and we'll continue to see her movies in the future, probably for a good while. The reporting around the leaving of Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck is also coming from multiple different sides. Some sources saying that it's the studio that wants them out, while others saying it's the actors who want out. I can't really tell you which is the truth. I'm a guy in a library. But no, the DCEU is not completely falling apart or canceled. There is a Joker movie or two in the works coming out, as well as Aquaman, another Wonder Woman sequel, and apparently Suicide Squad 2. And that is how we will close off talking about the DCEU. James Gunn is reportedly signed on to either write and or direct Suicide Squad 2. So one of the most disappointing comic book movies of all time could get one of the most awesome sequels ever, because if I could choose anybody to helm Suicide Squad, you better bet your butt it'd be James Gunn. I personally am against him being fired for what he said. Jokes from years ago shouldn't ruin someone's career. There's a difference between saying a joke 5 years ago and saying a joke yesterday. But that's just my take, and I'd love to see your opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited to see James Gunn possibly be helming Suicide Squad? Or no, do you hate it? You hate the guy and you hate Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't really know, but I'm curious to see what you think. I personally think he's really good at building character in team-type environments, so I'm excited to see how he will handle the previously bumbled, horrendously Suicide Squad. That's it for Fantasy News today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.